What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting release reaction for you all. I hope all of you are excited for today's video as we dive into some really cool releases. We got some more cool ones to dive into here, and I hope all of you are excited for them. That being said, let's just go ahead and get started, everybody. We're going to go ahead and start with some in-flights here, as our first aircraft is a Varig Boeing 767-200, Papa Victor November Romeo. Great to see another Varig aircraft getting done. It's really cool to see the representation for the airline with their various liveries. No exception here on the 767-200 example that you're seeing here, and overall it looks quite nice. So definitely happy to see that here for the 1:200 scale. We also have a British Airways Airbus A318. Not every day we get one of these, so very exciting. This is Golf Echo Uniform November Alpha. Yet again, another very great release right here. It's always really cool to get unique sub-variants like the 737-600 and A318 in this case. So definitely a really great release right here, and very excited to see what that looks like there for in-flight. So no doubt a very exciting offering right there here in 1:200 scale. Our next aircraft is going to be an Aero Condor Airbus A300. This is Hotel Kilo 2057. This was not a very popular aircraft in the region, so very cool to get this aircraft here. It's a really nice looking frame, and it's been awesome to see them making more A300s lately, that being in flight. So really cool to see this release. We also have a British Airways Boeing 777-300ER, great release. This is Golf Sierra Tango Bravo Lima, Always really fun to get these British Airways aircraft. They definitely have great representation, 1:200, a very strong community there out of the United Kingdom. So definitely glad to see them getting that 777-300 right there. So strong that they're going to get another 300 variant for the Boeing 767. This is Golf Bravo November Whiskey Alpha. Yet again, another wonderful release right here. Really cool to get the, Gen 1 there with the L3 door instead of the overwing. So that's really cool. Sharp looking plane. That one will definitely prove powerful there for in-flights. So another cool release. Yet again, here we go. British Airways Airbus A320 in the One World livery. This is Golf Echo Uniform Yankee Sierra. Not sure what registration I have. I probably did see this one though, so cool to see that. So absolutely will be keeping my eyes out for it. It's always awesome to think about getting more 1:200 frames. We definitely did that in the last massive unboxing, so feeling fortunate for that. And who knows, maybe a 1:200 narrow body for one of these European carriers could be a reality in the future. So definitely keeping my eyes out at these collectible shows and other events where there might be an opportunity to get one. So looking forward to think about the future of that. So that is it for the row, but I think we were going to have a couple over here, maybe just one. Okay, we don't even have one. So these are all the NG releases that we saw previously, or just a handful of them. I don't know why they were listed there, so sorry for a little bit of a spoiler to what's up next, but let's go ahead and get started with those. Starting with the Altalia Airbus A300. This is one of their older liveries. This is going to be India Bravo Uniform Sierra Lima, so this was before they got into the EU probably, or before aircraft were registered to the EU, Whatever the case is, a great looking plane here, $147. So interesting to think that this one was it $20 less than the other A300? So very interesting to think about that. I'm sure it's a substantial difference. Otherwise though, looking quite nice, and definitely another cool aircraft. These are due up in January, so about a 3-month delay or so. Next up, we have this KLM Electra L188. This is Papa Hotel Lima Lima Charlie. This is a really cool livery. I actually got a bag tag with this livery on it for KLM, so very fun to think about that. So yeah, really cool. This livery doesn't get much representation, so that's really nice. There was some sort of aircraft I saw at the museum that's in Landstedt, I think is what the city's called. Anyway, though, northeast of Amsterdam, and it might have been a Convair 400 or one of those aircraft. But anyway, it's a really cool livery is what I'm trying to get to, and definitely a great representation here by InFlight for making this aircraft. So excited to see what that looks like. This is a Laker Airways Doubles DC-1030 Golf Bravo Golf X-Ray India. Really cool to see this right here. You got SkyTrain across the middle of the fuselage, so definitely some character to this one, and another very unique airline. So always a great day when we get these unique carriers. So once again, very excited to see that aircraft getting done right there. And we got an Iberia Doubles DC-1030. This is Echo Charlie Delta Hotel Zulu. Great looking scheme right here. Always awesome to get some of these throwback aircraft that some collectors may really value. So once again, cool to see that, and awesome to get Iberia's DC-10 looking strong right here. So that's great. Okay, our next aircraft is going to be the South African Airways Boeing 747. This is a 300 variant and it has the SAA titles. This is Zulu Sierra Sierra Alpha Tango. Very cool to see this aircraft. We have got a few of these liveries in the past. I know NG did a 747 SP Ooh, it was probably in 2020, 2021. It feels like just a couple weeks ago, but that was a couple of years ago now, like 3 years ago, probably 3 or 4 years. So yeah, time goes fast. The emotions are real, but what can we say besides that it's cool to get some additional aircraft here, this time by InFlight here in the 1-200 scale. Our next aircraft is going to be the Alaska Airlines 727-100, November 798 Alpha Zulu, Sierra. Sorry about that. Great looking plane right here. The tail's always really cool in these, so it's been nice to get some of these in various scales lately. And once again, great opportunity for any Alaska Airlines collector to enhance their 727 fleet. Very cool to get another Azul Airbus A350-900 here in the 1-200 scale. It's Papa Romeo Alpha Oscar Yankee. Very nice looking aircraft right there. It's very cool to get the variety, so cool to see this aircraft in full force. We also have a Qantas Link Airbus A319 as they take on more of these. Victor Hotel 8 November Papa. Very cool to see this aircraft. I know that, let's see, so it's one of the former Spirit ones just got painted into the Qantas livery. It went through Phoenix, and I think it's off to Sydney now. So cool to see, think about that. Really fair price there. $108 seems pretty reasonable compared to some of the other in-flight offerings we've seen, because I think some of the Airbus narrow bodies, some of the A321s, 737s have been more like 130, so a little bit more competitive with Gemini jets, for example, or even this Convair 880 being 134 is another good example. This is the Japan Airlines version. This is going to be Juliet Alpha 8021. It's a really great livery though. It looks quite nice, has some really good character to it, so definitely proving powerful for any throwback collector there in that region that's interested. So another nice release. Ooh, this is a really good one. A Swiss International. This has the old titles on it. Airbus A330-300, Hotel Bravo, Juliet Hotel Golf. The way we can tell here is that the lowercase letters are here, and we also have, I think it says Swiss International Airlines or equivalent in that little box right there. So cool to see that right there. Really nice looking livery, and always a great day to get Swiss 333. So definitely productive. Here's another Japan. This is going to be the Jiaoways DC-1040. Very cool with the special livery on it. It's Juliet Alpha 8539. Nice looking livery right there. Definitely has some cool pieces to the puzzle. So another nice release there for in-flight. In a Continental DC-931. Very cool to see this. Really big fan. November 670 Mike Charlie. This is a really solid release right here. There's going to be a bunch of collectors out of the Houston area or equivalent here in the United States that will definitely be interested in aircraft like this. Now, I don't know where Mike Charlie would have originated from with the prefix there on the registration. Could have been an Ozark aircraft or equivalent. I think that's kind of where these originated from, but I don't know the exact details. Anyway, though, it's still cool to think about, so definitely nice to see that. Probably ended up coming from Texas International, but I don't know if Texas International would have gotten new or if they would have came from somewhere else, but anyway, still cool to think about. So we have JC Wings next, so this will be a large set, so let's go ahead. Yes, we're pretty far into this already, but we'll just go ahead and add this in for good measure. So first and foremost, 1-200 scale, we got a Prime Air 737-800 freighter. This time we have the flaps down and we have scimitars, so that's pretty effective. This is going to be November 7933 Alpha. Cool to see this. I'm not sure if Sun Country's operating it or not. Whatever the case is, it's a beautiful looking plane, and I think the scimitars add some good characters to this, so we got both configurations for your preference, so cool to see that. Next, we got a Scoot Airbus A321neo. This is going to be 9 Victor November Charlie Bravo. Nice looking aircraft right here. I think the livery is pretty sufficient, so cool to see that one going strong right there for JC. And there was one more NG. I don't know why they kind of just randomly appear here on the Jet Collector website, but appreciative of their efforts for having all these manufacturers on here, regardless of the sequencing. So we'll take it no matter what the case is. Okay, we have an Iran Air 737-200 with the polished underbelly. This is going to be Echo Papa India Romeo Foxtrot. Nice looking livery, definitely is sufficient and looking strong there for Iran Air. We have a Beluga number 3. This is the A330-700L, and this is going to be Foxtrot Golf X-Ray Lima India. Great looking plane. Cool to get another Beluga here, this time 1-200, and a pretty fair price to go with it considering the magnitude of the plane. So that's pretty cool. And it is the interactive series, which is another huge benefit. So I believe it's this tail piece that opens up, which is pretty sweet. So definitely interested in trying to get one of those sometime down the road. Our next aircraft is going to be this Garuda Indonesia Airbus A330-300. Papa Kilo Golf Hotel Alpha is the registration. Nice, simple, normal livery. Definitely really cool. Would love to get a 1-400 down the road, so we'll see if that's possible. Here's a really great release, the Lufthansa 747-8i. This is going to be in the old colors with Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Romeo here for the prefix. So looking strong there, nice looking aircraft, and definitely a really large market for those Lufthansa collectors. At the Atlanta Collectibles Show here in 2024, I saw a whole vendor that had mainly Lufthansas. 3/4 of his 1-400 display there was all Lufthansas. I think he had probably 50. It was really impressive. So cool to think about that. Anyway, though, it proves the point that there's definitely collectors out there for that. Our next frame is going to be this Air New Zealand Boeing 777-200. This has the teal tail on it, and it's Zulu Kilo Oscar Kilo Echo. Great looking plane right there. Definitely a strong offering for JC, so they will definitely continue to grind with that. This is an Air China A320neo in Bravo 1068. Nice looking plane here, and definitely will compete well against other companies that are making similar products. Our next aircraft is a China Eastern Airbus A350-900XWB, and it's Bravo 304 Delta. So once again, cool to get another nice offering here on 200 to get after some more market share there. We do have a really nice release right here with the Boeing 747-100 City of Everett house colors, November 7470. Great to see this aircraft. It is a very substantial aircraft to the aviation industry, and obviously the origin of these larger wide-body aircraft with 4 total engines. So that's really cool. So they went really strong, so much so that they were produced for 50 years. So cool to think about that. I think it was 55 actually, but regardless, very long time. Okay, our next aircraft is going to be this Kuwait government Airbus A340-500. Great use of a unique mold, and this is going to be 9 Kilo Golf Bravo Bravo. So once again, cool to see the unique aircraft getting released here in the 1:200 scale. Another really great release here with this Condor Airbus A339neo, and this is Condor to Sea, otherwise known as the Blue Stripe livery. Delta Alpha November Romeo Bravo. Great to see another Condor getting released. The colors have really grown on me particularly. I'm sure many people would agree. So definitely an exciting one to see right here with this particular frame. Another really nice release right here with an American Airbus A300 with a polished scheme here. It's November 70074. Great release right here. Many collectors from that 2000s range in the late 90s will definitely be interested in American's very unique, era there with the Airbus aircraft. They didn't have very many. This was one of them, so cool to see it. Here we have an Etihad Airbus A380. This is Chu's South Korea livery, and this is going to be Alpha 6 Alpha Papa Delta. Definitely got some really nice color on it, so that's a cool livery, and I think Etihad definitely serving a good purpose there by adding some additional pieces to the puzzle for that livery, so that's pretty cool. Okay, next up we have a Tibet Airlines Airbus A330-200. This is Bravo 1047. Looking quite nice, so definitely cool to see this aircraft going strong, and it looks very colorful and has some really good scheme to it. So maybe a 400 sometime in the future. This is a KLM McDonnell Doubles MD-11, and this is going to be Papa Hotel Kilo Golf Golf. That's a really nice looking scheme right there, so cool to see that. And once again, looking strong there as KLM's got a really nice footprint here in the model aircraft landscape. Here's a Korean Air Airbus A321neo, and this is going to be Hotel Lima 8509. Great looking plane right here. It looks very nice, so cool to see that one going strong as well. And the more the better, so we'd love to see it. And this is a really cool release. This is an Alitalia ERJ-190, not 145, but close enough. It's got the SkyTeam livery on it though, and it's Echo India Romeo November Delta. Really like the green titles on it. Adds just enough color to really separate it from the rest. So this is a really great aircraft right there, and definitely really cool to see that right there. So that's really nice. Okay, here we go. It's continuing through 1:200 scale. We have a China Airlines Boeing 747-400 in their old color scheme. It's probably 162. Great looking release right here. I think the Delta widgets are kind of cool in the back too. I think that might be Hong Kong, but whatever the case is, this is a really, really great release right here, and will definitely prove powerful for any collectors interested. Next, we have a Latam Airbus A320neo with the Brazil flag livery, which is really cool. So you got the green and yellow instead of the navy and red. So I think this is a really cool little change up. Definitely add some colors. So really cool to see this on Papa Romeo X-Ray Bravo Golf. So a nice release right there. Okay, we got an Unapon 747-400D, and this has the older titles on it, which are italicized. It looks like they're definitely smaller, regardless of the case. Juliet Alpha 8955. Really cool to see the ANA representation here in all scales, no doubt here with the 1:200 offering, excuse me. We do have a Swiss ERJ-145 here. This has the 600 sticker on it, 600 E145 I would presume. Hotel Bravo Juliet Alpha Yankee. Great looking plane right there, and will definitely continue to be great for any collector there that wants to build a model airport or just put it on display. Continuing with JC Wings, we are still in 1:200. This is an El Al 747-400, an old color scheme, which I personally think is really nice. This is going to be with flaps down. It's 4 X-Ray Echo Lima Charlie. Very nice release right here. The old El Al livery really doesn't get much representation. I'm really excited for their new one, though. I definitely would like to get some sort of 787 with it or equivalent, but this 747 will definitely be great for anybody that's interested. We also have a standard one. Note that $22 price difference, pretty substantial. Could be a typo though. I would think maybe this might maybe supposed to be 175. I don't know, but I didn't think that the difference was 22. So definitely we'll have to check back on that later on. Here's the Saudia 787-9 94th National Day Special livery. This is Hotel Zulu Alpha Romeo Delta. I'm a really big fan of this livery. It looks really sweet. As for the other manufacturers that did it, I think Phoenix already announced it, and I'm sure we're going to see Aviation 400 if we haven't already. No matter what the case is, this is a really great release, so very cool to see this one. And we have the flaps down China 747-400. This is a very large 1-200 set. I'm thoroughly impressed. We are making it the 1-400 just as I say that just in time though. Let's start here with this Cathay Dragon Airbus A321neo, and this is the before delivery version, and this has Delta Alpha Victor Zulu Foxtrot. So cool to see this aircraft, and definitely a very unique release considering the status of Cathay Dragon, so it's really cool. This is the last flight for the Air China 747-400. We got flaps up and down for this one, and well, I guess the difference maybe is 15 because this one's 15, the other's 22. So yeah, I guess it must be that substantial now. That seems might be just what, I don't know. It seems like they weren't that substantial of a difference previously, but I might be wrong. Regardless of the case though, it's Bravo 2445. Looks really cool. Nice looking livery. Definitely recommend it if you're interested. Really cool to see it. That's a really nice release. And we also have an El Alce MD-11, and this is in an even older scheme. So this one is November 278 Whiskey Alpha US Reg there. Pretty interesting. This aircraft is very neat. You got just a really blank livery plus the polished underbelly, so could have been a lease. I'm not exactly sure, but regardless of the case, a very unique offering here in the 1-400, or that was a 1-200, so very cool to see that. This is a really good one. Avianca Cargo A330-200 Freighter, November 332 Quebec Tango. So I believe NG did this at some point, but anyway, really cool to see JC getting their take on it for a very fair price of $51. Here we have a Long Airlines Airbus A321neo, Bravo 325X. So this must be a low-cost carrier in the Hong Kong area or equivalent. Cool to see this aircraft regardless though. It's a really nice livery, so definitely adding some character to it. And it looks really cool. This is also a blue box aircraft, so note that for obvious reasons. Here we have, I'm going to do my best here on the pronunciation. I should know better, but is it Sholaki or Sholaki? I got to get better with trying to pronounce words, but if I've never heard it said, then it's tough to register, and I don't know why. Anyway, this government F100 looks pretty strong, and this is going to be Oscar Mike Bravo Yankee Charlie. Great looking plane right here. I really like the blue and red combinations, so definitely proves powerful, and that's a really cool mold there. Definitely want to get a Fokker and add that to the collection at some point in the near future. I've been trying to get the American one, but we're not even going to get into the discussion on why that's been a challenge. We do have the Cathay Pacific Cargo, though, to help out. A fully polished 747-400, which is pretty cool. This aircraft is going to be Bravo Hotel Uniform Oscar. Very neat aircraft right here. It looks really cool. So rare to get an all-polished release at this point in time. So definitely a big fan of the release right here. It's really sweet. We also have the Japan A350-1000 with the sticker on it, and this has Juliet Alpha 02 with Whiskey Juliet. Still interested in getting one of these at some point, whether that's from NG or whoever it's going to be. This JC one though looks pretty nice, so wouldn't rule it out by any means. We also have Flying Tiger back. Flying Tiger 747-8 Fantasy livery, very interesting. It's November 748 Foxtrot Tango for good reason. It looks really nice, so cool to see that there. You know, fun to sometimes dive into these fantasy realms every once in a while, and JC definitely did that with this release, so very interesting one for sure. We also have a Star Alliance United 767-400ER. Would have really jumped if it was a 300, as that has not been done yet. This is a 400 though, so cool to see. It's 76055. Very interesting because I want to say that Gemini hasn't done the Star Alliance yet, so it'll be interesting to see if Gemini does it or not. It kind of seems like a little bit of a tease towards it just because of the factory knowledge that we have and them trying to collaborate manufacturers so that they're able to get the most bang for their buck when they put these into production, and the Gemini would be extremely similar. So I would be surprised if we don't get that, but maybe we don't. I don't know, but I would definitely expect Gemini to be doing that as one of their next 764s here in the future. And our next aircraft is going to be a BMI 737-400, the airline for Europe titles on it, which is really nice. Golf Oscar Bravo Mike Golf. Very cool for them to dive back into these really unique releases that we haven't seen before. So another really quality release right here, and I think that one will prove powerful for many collectors in the region. Here is an old livery Thai Boeing 777-200. This is Hotel Sierra Tango Golf Alpha. Great to get this aircraft released here as well. Definitely want to get a Thai myself, so need the current livery one, but this one definitely serves its purpose, no doubt about it. Here's a really nice one, SAS Airbus A321, Oscar Yankee Kilo Bravo Hotel. It's a really nice looking aircraft from the glance. Obviously, we talked about the nose, but otherwise, I mean, it's a really great aircraft. The engines look nice. The mask around the cockpit also looks pretty good. The antennas and Wi-Fi box, definitely a really solid effort from JC, so that will definitely be a nice seller for them. So I'm definitely impressed with the effort for what they're capable of doing. Next, we have the China Southern ATR 72500 Bravo 3022. Yeah, that's another pleasant looking aircraft there. The ATR is a very unique frame, so cool to see China Southern flying those around, probably on some of their shortest flights in the network. And yeah, JC continues. This is a really large set. Here's a Saudi Arabian Airbus A321 Neo Hotel Sierra Alpha Bravo Hotel Zulu. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, another pleasant looking aircraft here. It's cool to see them getting these new liveries into their fleet. So they've definitely done so with this release here. So that looks really nice. All right, we got the Singapore Airbus A350-900. This is going to be an XWB, and it's got the 1000th aircraft sticker on it, which is this yellow piece here. And it's going to be 9 Victor Sierra Mike Foxtrot. So really cool to see this. Singapore, obviously, very luxury carrier, so it's awesome to see more releases from them, considering that Gemini doesn't do them due to licensing. So good to see JC getting in and filling the void there in that department. We do have a Polar Air Cargo Boeing 747-8 freighter. It's November 858 Gulf Tango. Great looking plane right here. One of the last ones made. I think 865 was the last one. So by that math, it would be the 7th to last. So cool to see this one. It's definitely pretty powerful there for JC. Another really cool one to get. We rarely get these Pacific Blues, but here's one on the E190AR. This is Victor Hotel Zulu Papa Mike. So great to see that. Really note those antennas. That is extremely impressive. So similar to the E2, you can see the stub pieces off the antennas 1, 2, 3 different times. So that's really impressive. There might be a 4th one down there, but anyway, the amount of detail is incredible. We do have a little bit of engine tilts. There are a few downsides, but for the most part, extremely detailed and really, you know, justifying the cost going up a little bit, but that's fairly out of their control for a variety of reasons. Anyway, though, very impressive regardless. All right, we got a Beluga number 3 with the Think Mobility sticker on this one. This is going to be interactive as well, which is really fair value, it seems like, for $59, even though it's still, it is high, obviously, by intent, and it is an A300, so it is substantially different from the 330. But anyway, it's Foxtrot Golf Sierra Tango Charlie. Just seems really cool and definitely a really nice mold. You can also get the little fuselage pieces and put them in there too, which I believe that's a JC Wings product. Anyway, regardless of the case, really cool, and definitely would love to expand into that at the model airport down the road sometime if I can find a good deal. Next up, we have China Eastern Airbus E34600, the very colorful Expo 2010 Shanghai livery. This is a Bravo 6055. So yet again, another nice offering. I really like the green on it. Definitely adds some real color to the livery and adds some real character. So cool to see that release right there. We're going to get another Comac C919. They've really expanded their footprint into this, so I'll be interested to see if Gemini ever does one of these. I don't think they will anytime soon, but yeah, who knows with the mold now. But anyway, this is for Air China, and this is going to be a Bravo 919 X-Ray. So good looking aircraft there. It looks quite nice. So definitely cool to see it, and it's going to prove powerful for many years to come. Okay, that's just hot. That's beautiful. We got a beautiful ITA Airways Airbus E22300 Echo India Hotel Oscar. I would just be interested just because of how nice the livery is. Now, obviously, we got a little bit of engine tilt in the nose. Landing gear's a little high. Otherwise, it appears to be a perfect model here for none other than JC. I do have the A330, but I mean, it would be worth having 2 ITAs just because of how nice that looks. So this one, there's good 320s out there. I don't think NG's made a narrow body ITA. Could be wrong on that. But anyway, definitely really great to see that. That's a really quality release, and I'm sure everybody there in the Italy realms and other European sectors are very excited about that. I definitely am for them. So yeah, that'll take us into Aero Classics next. But let's see, we don't have any more JCs. So that will do it for today's release. I really hope all of you enjoyed this. It was a really great set. We got a bunch of really high quality aircraft from around the world, and then the in-flights were also very nice, really good distribution of variety, and there is no doubt a little bit for everyone, but definitely some really cool pieces to the puzzles here. Really excited to see what the future will look like. Definitely would be interested in getting some of these sometime, but patience will always prevail, and we'll see when that happens here in the future. That being said, that'll do it for today's video, but thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.